2. Be who you are for your pride. The date is June 4th in 2025 at 1:03 p.m. I'm your friend Chris Kennard, your princess of Port Richmond, here with the handsome, the effervescent, the underrated. You already know who the fuck it is. It's Haystack West, good old Los. How are you, Los?
I think I'm gonna skip past the whole "hi, how are you" bit and bring up the fact that I was driving my little brother to school. That's his school. I was driving Kinez to work this morning, and I drove past a ride-on bus, and it was prided out. I said, "That is sick." They even had like "Ride with Pride" on the side, on like
That's
the back side of it, and then the pride was like illuminated. It was like neon rainbow. I was like, "Oh, that's hard."
now,
That's hard.
I hope there might be a person in the world who lives in Montgomery County who sees this stream, and I would challenge you to write to the people who run Ride On as a company and say, keep that bus rolling the whole year. Let's see if you really.
Even if it got to be that one bus, like
sure, and have a few of them bitches running the whole year, but like have it run the whole year, then know you're about shit. Like why even deck it out for just for 30 days and not
don't pander for a month.
Be proud of the fact you made a bus like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if a motherfucker's like, I get on my bus, okay, baby, you're not going to work on time.
Because
it's not. Listen, it's a bus, Marlon. It's just a bus. It won't turn you gay.
Because listen, they ain't turning their buses black in February. That's all I'm saying. Do what you will with that information.
All right, yo. So we have a fuck ton of shit to talk about just right off the bat. Let's start with the light shit.
Sure.
Los, I'm gonna jump out the window with this. I'm gonna join the raffle for the soap.
You're gonna do what now?
I'm going to join the raffle for the soap.
Doug, don't do it.
I'm gonna do it. And here's why. Because at first I'm thinking, one, the Dr. Squatch people are doing that, and oh, you guys are it's we're a man company making products for men, and I'm like, okay, ew. Then I'm like, Sydney Sweeney, star of Euphoria. How old is this woman? 27? Okay, I will let it fly. I'm joining the raffle for the soap. You know why? Free bar fucking soap.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not gonna turn that shit to content. I'm gonna use the soap.
Yes, but counterpoint, and Josh Johnson brought up this point as well in his stand-up.
Shout out to the GOAT.
You're getting a dirty soap if that's the case, because it's her bath water in the soap. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, to that I say, I'm sleeping about the sink, bro. I ain't gonna use it in the motherfucking shower.
I mean, what are you gonna use it for then?
And hey, let's keep it a bean though. A bar of soap. You usually most cats don't live by themselves, so odds are that soap's being used by at least up to 3 pairs of hands.
Oof, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm
three or four pairs of hands rubbing Sydney Sweeney's bathwater all over.
Hey, take it easy, bro. There's no need for all that.
I'm just painting the picture.
You're far with the Joan, bro.
I'm painting the picture for you.
You don't have to. That's the thing. We can have a laugh about the thing, painting the picture. Leave that for the real freaks. Let the freaks do their freaky shit. We don't have to do the freaky shit. We can just be LOL, let Shorty get her bread up.
This is already freaky shit in itself, because it really plays on the I'll drink your bathwater bit. You know what I'm saying?
I never do that. As freaky and horny as I can be, ain't no way I'm finna do nothing like that. Cause I've seen salt burn. Pause. I'm cool off that.
I'm not drinking bath water. I barely even like tap water. So
oh no. Hold on. Let me sip my drink real quick. Hydrate or dihydrate. It's the summer now, gang.
Yeah, I forgot to grab a cup actually before we start recording, but I'll be fine.
We won't be before you long.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good. And plus, I also want to wait on these Cheez-Its that my mom just gave me. So,
Hello, shut up, mom.
yeah.
Hey, all right, so let's just move right on. We before we talk about like some actual serious shit, like let's talk about something semi-serious, like between the two of us. People who listen to our show, they know that we care about one thing: the Graps. And I want to talk about two of our goats. Now, I don't have much to say.
I want to talk about today. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't have much to say about Carlito because in regards to Carlito, this is just this is like your textbook case of bad booking. Like I think it's literally as simple as that. Like, and frankly, it doesn't seem like he's too tore up about it. And like it's not as if he can't appear anywhere else and like have banger ass matches. He can be utilized, he likely will be. The other thing is for me is about Unk Truth. Like Unk Ron, Unk Killings, Unk K Quick. Listen,
Ron Cena.
Ron Cena. I was talking to my sweetie about this. Like, I was talking about how like it's he's just not another wrestler being released.
No.
Like he is a foundational personality to the entire community. I saw legit Layla Hirsch up a tweet about on, and I'm like, I didn't even know like
Layla Hirsch even knew him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sure a lot of cats who aren't like that deep in the IWC know her work on Ring of Honor or AEW, but just like to know that like Ron, like R-Truth is as significant to wrestling as Sting. R-Truth is significant to the culture as The Rock. R-Truth is as significant to the culture as Teddy Long. You know what I'm saying? Like he is a foundational black wrestler in our community, and everyone loves what he. Well, I won't say everybody loves like the gimmick that he had, but the fact of the matter is, again, in addition to like Carlito as being like not booked at all for fucking matches, you have a 50-year-old man who's like running around like he's 30, like he's daddy ass Billy Gunn, and you're not utilizing that. You're like, because sure, like you had Hayes fight R-Truth, but why isn't he like wrestling all the young guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is what you need to work yourself. Like, you should aspire to be like Truth at your big age, like 20 years down the line. You should be moving this well fluidly. Like, this is like the standard you should set for yourself as a professional, as an athlete, as a performer. Like that, you lose so many opportunities. Like you could have had him on Evolve, you could have had him on LFG. There's so many things that Truth can do outside of the ring that you did not utilize. Why is fucking Apollo Crews the goddamn ambassador to the WWE when it could have been fucking Truth when he was injured? You can still crack jokes when you're injured. You know what I'm saying? Photo opportunities and things of that nature. It's like left so much. Like, oh, like they're the premier brand for American wrestling in this continent, not MLW, not TNA. It's like, but like you dropped the ball, and like you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And every guy who like. And almost certainly not. Hey, bro, June is Black Music History Month. Why aren't there R-Truth sponsored concerts all over the country? Money on the motherfucking table is being left. You know what I'm saying? Like it is a disgrace to like entertainment. This is like the American story told over and over again. It's like extremely talented people who just do it so flawlessly, effortlessly. Just like wafting in the wind. I'll never forget like when Truth was on Busted Open, and that was when they had Bully, they had Henry, and they had the other fellow that I like with the glasses. That's really funny. Like they're all just like laughing at Truth, just like having a conversation with them. Like he was in his hotel room after like a taping, just like cutting up. And I'm like, man, what a fun freaking guy. Like that, like to be in his presence, to witness an R-Truth in any capacity. He's just like gonna do what he does best every time, and I love that. And like I felt like sincere just like disappointment, just like it kind of just like it made me really really sad. And like because R-Truth is kind of like Papa to a lot of us youngins, you know what I mean? Like that's really OG for real. And there should have been because even if like everybody like backstage knew like this is Truth last year, like, but like there's no even man, if heel Cena can post about this on Instagram, if the Miz is changing his like social media, because remember, the Miz, Mike Mizanin, that's a company fucking man.
Yeah.
He's a real locker room leader. For him to change like his socials in that specific way, it sends a specific message to the company and like all its stockholders and things like that.
Well, he changed the socials.
He changed it. He took all like the WWE shit off his socials. Still active on social media, but like he snipped it off. Feel free to do that for me if you like. But like that's what I heard, and I'm like, that says Miz, brother.
Ooh, this sounds like Miz solidly protesting that.
And I heard
that makes sense.
And feel free to feel free if anyone on the IWC wants to like check my homework, by all means, please do so. I heard that superstars couldn't wear like their truth merch in like segments, because I did see the Don Morris Carlito shirt during his segment, but like they weren't allowed to wear like truth merch that particular this last. And I didn't have to watch the product, but I heard that like during like the women's qualifier for Money in the Bank, they're chanting for truth. And like that's one thing I love. That's one thing I love about like the fans. They will make like if you're on some bullshit, they will let you know if you're on some bullshit.
Exactly.
And I really sincerely respect that about people who like pay like ass loads of cash to come to the shows every week to like cheer on or like boo their like the superstars, because like what it all comes down to, are you gonna put butt in seats?
Exactly.
And like just like the surprise of seeing like your favorite after like months of not seeing your favorite. Oh, I imagine that shit's like fucking drugs, dude. So
exactly.
And I seriously saw Sting like signing autographs and shit at an event. He has a full beard. He's still like putting the makeup on, and I'm like, I can't wait to see Truth at a fan event, line out the motherfucking door to see K quit. You know what I'm saying? To see the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? So shame on the fact you motherfuckers have committed a cardinal sin against our truth.
Now, my thing is, well, I'll start with Carlito actually, because Carlito,
that's cool. That's cool.
He was there to collect the check in the first place, and we knew what it was.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because for real, there was really no reason for WWE to re-sign Carlito after like him being out for the last 20 years. But you know, and even he knew that. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was pretty much like, there's not really much reason, you know, for me to be back for real. But it was something that we wanted because we all fucked with Carlito over the years. We missed the motherfucker eating the apple and spitting it in motherfucking faces because he didn't think they were cool. Like that was, you know, the ultimate. That was like the awesome shtick for him. He came back and they barely even did that shit.
That's not cool.
And that's what we kind of do. It's like, all right, man, he kind of here to. He getting his and he getting out at some point. So it's like him, you know, being released is like, all right, that is what it is. Cause like we knew that he was there to get to the bag. And if anything, you know, mentor some young superstars. And with that whole Judgment Day membership stick, that's pretty much what he was doing. Like he was just there, you know, being the old head of the group essentially. And you know, teaching these youngins if they need to be taught anything like that's you know solid. He came back to give back, and you know his time was up. Now, Truth, on the other hand, there are pillars to wrestling gimmicks, and the pillar that Truth exceeds the most is character work. R-Truth is the epitome of character work because his character is essentially, it's low-key meta. You know how kayfabe is supposed to work. You know how you're supposed to suspend your belief, like, you know, suspension of belief. And with that, Truth had this, you know, character where he would say and do things that was kind of like a wink to the audience watching at home. Like I'm not breaking the fourth wall or anything like that. I'm not breaking kayfabe or anything like that. However, I'm kind of making references to, uh, everything outside of what we do on this show. You know what I'm saying? I'm also like trying to make these characters break because I need to remind the audience that we are still human. We are still regular people. We're just, we're acting, we're performing for you guys. We're performers. And that was the, what made R-Truth so dope, because he would do things like, you know, not just come out rapping his song, which innovative,
Hard.
innovative entrance work, because like he was the first to do that shit. He was the first to rap his own
He
song,
lived his shit.
performing his own entrance music. That I think that belongs to Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg, but
Double J.
yeah, man, I got mixed feelings towards Double J, but
Yeah.
but he's the first to actually come out rapping his own entrance song, and he did it on a nightly basis. So it was like, yeah, you don't 100% know if he's going to give you the regular lyrics. You don't 100% know if he's going to give you different lyrics, and that was the fun of that. So then not only that, he played the idiot role well, because it's like he isn't. It's like he may be stupid, but he's not like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like he does stupid things, but then it'd be like, well, actually, some of this makes sense. Case in point, when him and Solo Sokoa and Jacob Fatu and
JC Mateo.
JC, I almost called him Jeff Cobb.
Jeff Cobb. Like, bro, his name, I'm gonna call him Jeff. I'm gonna call him Jeff.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him Jeff. So but yeah, that whole segment with them, be like,
that was so funny.
Exactly. But
is he your son?
Is he your son? Y'all big boned it. Like, you're laughing, but then you look at these motherfuckers like, you know what? I didn't realize that these are some big.
There is no reason why a man as big as Jeff Cobb is hitting backwards flips on me in the ring. Why are you so fluid? How are you getting that airtime?
Yeah.
You are a Greek god. Get out of my face. I'm not fighting you.
But on the flip side of his character work, his in-ring work was also impeccable, because he had a chain sequence with old DJ himself, and it was a fun chain sequence. Like, all right, so you had him and Rocky lock up. They do the whole arm wrench battle or whatever. So it's like, I catch you in an arm wrench, but then I reverse that into an arm wrench. Then we're reversed to an arm wrench. You take the arm wrench and you like try to slam me down, but like and with The Rock, with his like chain shit, instead of like dropping to the ground and like getting back up, he'll do this thing where he'll flip out of the arm wrench and then kip up to get back up. And so like now he got him in the headlock, he throws him into the turnbuckle, he runs to the turnbuckle, R-Truth reverses by like jumping over him. Essentially he jumps over him, The Rock comes back and tries to like hit him, he drops into the splits. Like like it was such a crazy chain.
You're gonna get cooked if R-Truth hits you with the splits. It's over for you, my guy.
It was such a dope chain sequence, and he did it with somebody that we as wrestling fans know wasn't 100% known for his technical prowess.
Yeah.
So like Truth was low-key a treasure. That's
a great way to describe him.
On screen, and then off screen, backstage, everyone loves that dude.
100%. 100%.
I haven't heard anybody say anything negative about R-Truth ever, because from what they tell us, that is one of the sweetest men in that locker room.
100%. Just loves his family and loves his job.
Can light up a room when he walks in, because you know that his antics that's possibly about to ensue. Like he's kind. He helps whenever you ask him. Like that. That's just a consummate professional, but also like in the sense of in this company we're all family. Like he is everyone's favorite uncle.
You believe that with truth, for sure.
He's really everyone's favorite uncle. And so that's why, like, I before his release and this whole John Cena match, I was like, man, they need to go ahead and let him beat John Cena and give him one more run. One more run. Give him one more run.
Who wouldn't want to wrestle R-Truth? He's going to put everybody over.
Exactly. Easy. Like it all made perfect sense. That's why, and we get to my side of it. That's why it's so disappointing that they, released R-Truth, for the simple fact that, there's so much I could have done with him, and y'all just like were pretty much lazy. And that's starting to become a constant theme with TKO and their releases. They're releasing a bunch of people where they can do so much with them. They just don't feel like it because they're so focused on everybody
immediate money.
Yeah, like you could do so much with such a large roster. I know because I've done it before.
Five shows. There are 5 shows.
You have, and I'm only thinking of the 3 mains.
Sure.
And I say main now because Evolve is now, a developmental show as well, but they don't have it on TV like NXT does.
It's on Tubi or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But NXT is on an actual cable channel.
Yeah. Well, I still see like CW as like regular TV, not really cable TV.
Sure. But and also Raw's on Netflix now, but Raw's been the WWE's flagship show since
the 80s or some shit.
Since you were born, essentially.
Yeah, no doubt.
That literally that long. Like I was 2 when the first episode of Raw came on. Yeah. And I only vaguely remember that shit. So like, yeah, that's been their, main show. And then SmackDown came in, in the before the turn of the millennium. That was supposed to be considered the Rock show, but it ended up being the, B show, as they called it. And then eventually when NXT came along and we're like, all right, they have a G League now, pretty much like the NBA does, or like the minors, like the MLB does. Now we can call Raw and SmackDown their main roster shows. And that's how that came about. So now that you have Evolve, and NXT is
I got some help in that bitch too.
Probably the best, the better show out of all the 3 these days, and they just using the developmental talent. But Shawn Michaels is a fucking booking genius. It's holding its own. It's holding its own.
Hats off to that man. Hats off to that man for real.
But we like if you knew about the whole like Click backstory and them trying to get Vince McMahon to make that leap and making the changes, that Shawn always had it in him. It was just a matter of when he was going to do it.
Hey, I want to wrap up. So here's what I'll say since you brought up the Click. So because like we only know what Truth has told us. And to be honest, obviously, this is obvious, by the way, I don't need to know everything. Not everything is my business.
Sure.
But if Truth himself says, hey, this is the end of the road for me. Thanks for all like the memories. Like, standing O, that's first things first.
Absolutely.
And Paul, the streets already think you hate black people or rather, the streets think that you hate black men specifically. I need you to walk onto that stage. I need you to be on hands and knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness to like the WWE universe, the IWC. I need you on hands and motherfucking knees. I want to hear, and you can sure lie. I don't give a shit. I don't know you. Tell me you did the best you could trying to save truth.
Right? Yeah.
Like, tell me you tried.
At least lie to me.
Lie to my
that
fucking
you tried
face.
your best to keep him. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
give me some elaborate ass story.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, Carney, this is the one time I'm asking you to Carney me.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know what this shit reeks of to me? It reeks of two words: Shinsuke Nakamura. Why is that man not getting like paraded out? Why is he not getting his standing O? You know what I'm saying? Again, like a guy who's just like, I'm fed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to I'm what?
I can answer that actually. Shinsuke, this WWE run's been.
No, Sean, did I lose him already? All right. Hold, folks. The Fed must be listening to this motherfucking podcast today, because why did he disappear just now? No fucking shot. All right. I'm gonna have to pick up my phone.
Now where was I? Back? Yeah, I'm back. My mom just called.
Okay, God bless her.
Where was I? Right, yeah. So
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke, his entire WWE run has just pretty much been his back end, his twilight. You know what I'm saying? Like he going to give you something every once in a while when he feel like it. But all this motherfucker want to do for real is surf and
do I still got it?
You know what I'm saying? Like and with the career that Shinsuke Nakamura had outside of WWE, he deserves it.
Oh,
and that's why we're kind of like, all right,
yeah.
Well, if we get a knock match, we get a knock match. But if we don't, we don't. It is what it is. Like we can do with him or without him. But when he's
for having the run that he's had all over the wrestling world, it's like show bro the motherfucking appreciation he deserves one time. Just like say acknowledge it one time and keep it moving is my thing. Wait, is he gone again?
Oh no, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm texting. My mom's at the store. I'm texting her what I need.
Yeah. Tell I need some 2-0 rolls, bro.
Matter of fact, I got this big ass bag of HHYMs.
Hey,
I've been on a
leave me a handful, cuz them things don't ever expire. Leave me a handful when I see you next.
I've been on a real HHYM kick lately, dog. I don't even know.
Them Jones go bang.
I think it's from when I worked at when I was delivering at Domino's. Like after deliveries, I put gas in my car or whatever.
Yeah.
But I get a pack of HHYMs while I was at it. They were only $1. I said, all right, cool. So I started getting hip to those Jones. I was like, man, dog. There are times where I put them in my gum like it's dip. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you funny as shit. I'm sick of you.
But yeah, so like with Nakamura, we understand like a lot of these wrestlers that they don't utilize. We understand why they don't utilize them. It's just the wrestlers.
I don't think average Joes do. I don't think that like your average like consumer of the product understands that shit.
Well, that's fair, but I'm here to tell you, it's like when these wrestlers come in or they come back, we're like, all right, we know what it is. You're not going to be here for like any type of title run or do anything crazy. And if you do, that's just bonus points. But we know that you're, at the twilight of your career and you're just looking to give back to the rising stars. And that's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one.
Agreed.
But with Truth, in Truth's case, it's like, he's done so much for this company that he deserved one more run if he so wanted to. But if he look at it like, man, I'm too old for all that. Let me just try to get these the break character on screen because I get kick out of that. Yeah, all right, I'm down with that. I'm completely up for that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fine too. Nakamura, all he want to do is like put on a banger every once in a while and go back to surfing and kicking it and
Mentoring the new King of the Strong style.
Like he solidified his legacy. Like he don't need any more of this for real. But he gonna collect that check. Hey, if you want to collect that check. Because here's the problem with TKO. TKO has like, we've gotten past the honeymoon phase with TKO because now they're making the whole, release things that was a problem before, or when they essentially bought WWE, a common thing now. Now we know that y'all are going to be releasing motherfuckers left and right at any time, at least twice a year. Now we understand that it's going to be mugs that we don't want to go, or a bunch of mugs that, can be utilized for something. But again, y'all are too stuck on the same people. Y'all don't want to give us any variety every week. You know what I'm saying? So now we get to a point where it's like, all right, it could be anybody. Anybody can go. If they feel like, we don't feel the need to utilize them anymore, or they cost too much, they're just going to outright release them. And that's going to become an issue at some point. But also, it's like, we are the leading organization when it comes to wrestling. When you think of wrestling, you think of us. There isn't anything y'all can do about this. So we're going to keep this shit pushing, and y'all are going to just shut up and enjoy it. And you know what? And you know what? That in my case, hey man, either you might be right, or I might just like ultimately stop watching wrestling.
Bro, like come to bro, be a sicko with me, bro.
I can't get into it, bro.
Side, bro.
I can't 100% get into that shit. Cause the way Kyle running that shit, I question that too. Like these ones,
I mean, we all do, so don't feel bad about that.
Exactly, and that's why I'm getting to a point where it's like, all right, nobody knows how to run these companies anymore.
I wouldn't say that.
It kind of feels like it. Like y'all just be making these dumbass decisions for the sake of business, and it's like that's fucking up y'all's business.
I'll say that money is making it weird because I think at the end of the day, it's just that every significant company that has cameras on deserves access to viewers. Yeah, like consumers and companies need to we have to level the playing field. Because I have notifications turned on for SGW. They're putting out content like on a weekly basis, and like somehow Black people aren't like supporting like soft ground wrestling. Like that's not like that's not a topic of conversation on Blue Sky at fucking all. I'm not seeing any match links or like clips of SGW at all. And so and we're not talking about that. That's not an important conversation for us. Wrestling in Africa, we don't give a fuck about that. Like who's just like, why isn't that like a topic of conversation? Why are we always like just like dogpiling on fucking Tony Khan? He's a nerd just like the rest of us. So like I think it's bigger than just like one specific motherfucker who like thinks he knows better than all the other like GMs out there. But that's a conversation for another fucking day. We've gone half an hour on the warm up. Let's get to the meat. It is motherfucking Pride Month. It's June. If you're gay, you know what I'm saying? To all the lesbians, the trans community, the queers, the intersex community, the two-spirit community, the asexuals, and everybody else we can't even think the ligga bigga tigga. We love y'all for real. Like
hold on.
No bullshit.
I wanna run through it because you want
to run through it?
I feel like it's necessary. It's pertinent.
For these uneducated motherfuckers.
Exactly, to further educate. All right. Lesbian, gay, bisexual.
And the bias. Love the bias.
Transsexual.
Or transgender.
Transgender. Queer. Intersex. Asexual.
Yeah.
LGBTQIA. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I on screen?
Say what?
Am I on screen? Or
you're not actually? No.
Well, this buzz for you to all my people part of that community. Because God damn it, my thing is this, right? I ride for this community for the simple fact that there's an intersectionality with this community and Black people that our
Oh yeah.
community, the black community in general, like have a weird relationship with that I think is just absolutely stupid because people are people, and we constantly forget that main point that people are people, and I am an ally because I understand that these people are people, and who they fucking ain't my business, so long as they fucking, because everybody's fucking. And
Well, except the asexuals.
well, the asexuals,
Well,
well,
some of them anyway.
maybe they're fucking themselves. We don't know. We don't know
I
their
think
business.
everybody's fucking themselves, but not like the point of the ace community is not everybody is fucking themselves. Period.
Well, sure, but the fact of the matter that there's still scrutiny and so on and so forth, and it goes back to the Bible conversation we had before we started airing. It's like these people are pushing their agenda, pushing their religious beliefs to precede their personal agendas, and I think that's absolutely stupid. Because if God really loves all of His children, yes, that includes the gay community. He made them that way. So, yeah, God loves them too, and they're not going to burn in hell for not being straight. That's stupid, if you ask me. So that's why I have like a personal like soft spot for this community, because they're also a disenfranchised group of people that can relate to us. Like, does not anyone not remember Stonewall?
Motherfuckers aren't being taught about Stonewall. I can safely say for the two of us, we most certainly did not learn about Stonewall in high school. Absolutely the fuck not. We learned about it on the internet and in college. You know what I mean? It should be high school learning, especially considering how much like it's way more like common knowledge to have like friends or classmates in these middle school high schools. So I sincerely believe that learning about Stonewall should be in like American history at this current time and place. I also wanted to say shout out to all the fat queers. Y'all get underrepresented like a motherfucker in this bitch. If you're going to go to parades or protest, like protect your identity, protect each other, and wear motherfucking sunscreen. You know what I'm saying? Learn, like, know your rights, learn your rights. You know what I mean? Seek legal representation if you can find it pro bono or if you can afford it. I also want to say Los is an ally because I say he is. All you straights, you can't decide to become allies. Like, the community has to declare that you are one. So you know what I mean? So like, hold it together. And finally, from one closeted trans woman to the other, like, take your HRT. If you aren't on it, and if you can't get it, we see you, and like someday you'll be able to get it safely. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a DIY community out there. Keep that shit. Keep private information private. And link up with folks on sale. Stop posting shit to social. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers, these bad actors are out here like perpetuating violence. In the description of the podcast, in the description of the playlist that I made for Lowe's about, because we're here to talk about music, obviously. I have an RIP to one Jonathan Joss, who y'all may know as John Redcorn from King of the Hill. He was also in Parks and Recreation and some other like pretty like known television shows. Like, his death was a hate crime. This was a gay man, a gay indigenous man. He was married. He had a trans husband. Like, his dog killed, his home burned down, and the man who killed him is out on bond. And like, if that doesn't make you mad, if that doesn't like stir you up emotionally, what the fuck are you doing? Like, do you have a heart? Like,
what are you even an ally?
Like, and like, yeah, you can never claim to be an ally. You can never claim to be an ally, not if that doesn't like affect you in some specific way. And I'm not just saying that shit because like Jonathan Joss was a celebrity or like on a TV show that I liked. I would feel some fucking type of way if that was like a neighbor of mine. Like, oh, old man Joss got fucking murdered in his like in the embers of his burned down home. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my coworkers is indigenous, and I never would have known unless he told me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a community of people that's essentially being fucking wiped out. Has been like perpetually been wiped out since like settlers arrived, like since like the colonizers arrived many moons ago. So like, we cannot lose sight of shit. for one fucking second, yo.
Brother, I'm partially indigenous because my mom isn't black.
You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Let's not remind you, this skin, all my old man. All of him.
Los, I gotta admit something to you.
My mom is yellow.
I gotta admit something to you. No, she red, cuz she red.
Yeah, my mom's red. Like she's
no, I gotta admit something to you, Los. This whole time I thought we've been friends for years. I thought you were Spanish, cuz. Whole time.
The irony is my dad named me. The bit isn't over yet. Wait for it.
Talk to me.
After Fuzzy Slippers, Ducky.
Shut up.
Slippers was born in February. I came along in May.
Yeah.
And that space between, my dad thought that my older cousin Debbie was struck with that with the name Charles. But he was like, you know what? I want to make it more exotic. So instead of Charles, we're gonna go with Carlos.
Your father is my mother, because that's basically what happened with my sister. I ain't finna put her business out there like that, but that's literally what happened. Because all I'll say, we are not French, but like the cool thing about our hometown is that more than likely your neighbors are gonna be from other countries. So when we had African neighbors that were colonized by the French, and my mother's introducing her daughter, they're like, "Oh, are y'all French?" And it's like, "Nah, we just like the name." And they're like, "Oh,
yeah, okay. Pretty much." And
experience.
To push the irony even further, my middle name is also Latin, but that gets a little grace because it's nod to my dad's best friend who passed away.
Amen. Hallelujah.
So it's like, sure, he was still alive when I was born, and I've even met and hung out with the guy. I still keep it in honor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go through any legal changes or anything like that. But the main point, like I'm partially indigenous, due to my mom and my grandmother, my maternal grandmother.
Hallelujah.
And so like that's the part that really irks me the most, that it's an indigenous man. It's like, yeah, we can't consider any type of race untouchable because that sets a terrible precedent. But
it's deliberate in this specific country,
there's something really sadistic, I guess you could say, about somebody whose ancestors' land, this is their land, that's being murdered by some white dude. It's darkly poetic.
Man, do the fucking knowledge,
yeah. So that's what makes it so angering, because this not only is this some shit that could have completely been avoided, but police don't want to do their jobs, and then even after being murdered, the police still aren't doing their jobs. So
hey, you know what? That brings me to another point. No motherfucking cops at Pride. The reason why Los brought up Stonewall was because Stonewall was a motherfucking 5-day riot. You know what I'm saying? Like the birth of this specific period of time that we celebrate, violence was being done to the queer community, and they took it upon themselves to defend each other and defend, and you know what I'm saying, and shit, to make it fucking because we're obviously talking about political shit, like this democratic shit of taking the approach that Dr. King Jr., may he rest in peace, took all those years ago. We can't rely on that shit anymore, because these motherfuckers are bending the rules. If they're not already breaking the rules, they're bending them. We have to defend one another.
I'm gonna just say this real quick, right? And to harp on what you were saying about Dr. King. Dr. King was assassinated, and what happened next? Riot.
Yeah,
That's how we got the civil rights act.
Outpouring of violence got the results that we were fighting for all this time, that we're still fighting for today. That motherfuckers are just like erasing off like the record books.
And so
You
that's
have
how we
scared
got the
these
civil rights act.
motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. It's like we don't want to be like that. Like, we don't want to be violent or anything like that because we don't want to cause lives or anything like that. I get it. I completely get it because I'm not dying for this country. This country? No. So, like, I completely understand what you're saying, but the only way to make any type of to force any type of change is really to scare these people because they don't like being uncomfortable to where it's too close to home for them, to where they could be the next victim. So that's what influences their change, to where they have to something has to happen to them close to home in order for them to be like, all right, we need to do something. But even then, we can't 100% depend on them to do anything proactive. It's going to most likely be reactive to what happens. But still,
like here in Philly, there was a shooting, and like people passed away, and people like, damn, I don't know what we're gonna do. Here's how I felt about guns for the longest time. Every black man in America who's legally allowed to own a gun, get your license. Watch the NRA panic. I guarantee it. I ain't no political scientist. I'm a college dropout. I guarantee every black man in America gets their gun license. And I'm not even saying buy a firearm. Just has the motherfucking license.
There's a precedent.
They're changing the laws immediately.
There's a precedent.
Watch us get safer. Watch us get safer. Because if we learn about how to operate firearms, we'll keep each other fucking safe. We have to educate ourselves. We have to like look inwards to the community, and then because like if you know your neighbors, you know if there's some bullshit going on. You can mediate between. Oh, there's some smoke. Let's fucking talk about this shit. What's wrong? Let's get to the root of the motherfucking issue. They split our communities.
Like I was saying, there's a precedent to that. You know, black people getting their licenses. The Black Panthers.
The move bombings in my city.
The move bombings. That all these were precedents set to make motherfuckers go, okay, we need to make some gun laws here.
Bruh,
we need to make them a bit stricter here.
The Black Wall Street massacre was like 3 days ago in Tulsa.
The anniversary of it?
I know. I'll say what?
The anniversary of it, or?
Yeah, cuz, yeah. It was a weekend. I thought it was just one day.
They took everything from us, and told us to try to get like us again. That have been ever since.
We set the precedent for all this shit. We set the precedent for all this shit
because they're afraid of us deep down inside, and it's like we just want equality. They should be lucky we don't want revenge. I'm just saying that like outright because it's like if we wanted revenge, there'd be some furniture movement in this country, and it'll be a huge problem. It would probably lead to another civil war. But we just want equality, like and not the hair man damn equality. We want to be treated the way you treat fellow white people. You know what I'm saying? Like when we walk into a place, we don't want to be, looked at or, scrutinized as if we may possibly steal something or anything like that. We don't want to be, treated differently because we have, unique Afrocentric names. We just want to be able to have a fair shot, a legitimately fair shot at trying to thrive in this country. And even then, people running this country are trying to just make it hard for everybody. And then the people that voted for him have to deal with it as well. But they are willing to do that so long as everybody else doesn't have anything.
I tell you, listen, like you working class whites who don't take a position on nothing, you cowards sitting at home, when they come for the rest of us, when we're all gone, you're going to be next.
That said, this is why we needed to focus on domestic issues in this country during this past election season.
And no, hold on. Before we even go down that path, we can focus on that shit right the fuck now. New Yorkers, you get to pick a new mayor. You get ranked choice voting. Shit I've wanted all my motherfucking life politically. Do not squander that motherfucking opportunity. You put Cuomo in that bitch, fuck New York. Permanently. Home of hip hop, fuck New York. If you put that motherfucker Cuomo back in that motherfucking mayoral seat,
what are we doing?
York City.
What are we doing at that point? Y'all know better. Did we not learn from the presidential election? Like lesson, they don't. That's the problem. They don't learn their lesson. They don't.
No. Hold on now.
Stick together.
They are learning their lesson. They're learning their lesson right the fuck now. Like at least 2 motherfuckers that I know and care about lost their homes and their careers because that motherfucker Elon Musk. They're learning their lesson right the fuck now. They're learning their lesson.
And meanwhile,
so all those who got shafted by this, who are I literally follow a musician right now on Blue Sky who accidentally lost their medical insurance. Just oops, somehow you don't have insurance. If they weren't vigilant enough to call and hey, my insurance is missing. Oh fuck, my bad. We turned it back on. They can just do shit like that. Oops, you don't have insurance anymore. This is how people fucking die. You're learning your lesson right now. I want Philadelphia, like I fucking said, these motherfuckers in New York, they might have Cuomo as a mayor. He's leaving, the polls and shit. Our current mayor, she must not be in power. When her time comes, we must vote her out. It is our time. It is currently right now. All these progressive ass motherfuckers, all these SJWs, all these progressives, all these people, these socialists, these communists. Y'all motherfucking better pick somebody to get this lady out of here. Because the motherfuckers who actually hate the gays in my city, who hate the Spanish people in my city, who hate the Asian people in my city, they're ready to replace our current black women mayor with someone even worse than she is right now. They are always planning to make your life worse. We have to be ready to meet them at the starting line. They'll change the rules any way possible. So we have to be cognizant of that. We have to communicate. We have to speak plainly to one another. Same on that motherfucking collegiate speak for the motherfuckers in schools. You know what I'm saying? Someone I know and care about right now is saying a philosophy is a fucking scam, cuh. And I love the idea of philosophy. But at the end of the day, we're honestly just intellectually just sucking each other off. We're not actually doing anything. When they come to your lectures and try to arrest you, then I know that the thoughts and the words that you're having, they're moving the people in a specific way. But if we're just talking to talk, that's how we get got. We don't have time. We don't have time for this shit. And I think we should cut it right there. In regards to just for now, because I do want to circle back around after the music chat to talk about our good brother Deontay Kyle and just the outcry of losers peeing on themselves in the corner. I want to come back to y'all.
I'll just say this real quick.
Fuck out of y'all in a minute or two.
I'll just say this real quick though, because you cut me off at
I'm so sorry,
timing, but I'm still going to get it off as clean as possible. We should have been focused on at what was going on at home instead of foreign issues, because the foreign issues, they decided everyone in politics decided that we were going to side with the wrong person, and that's just what it was. However, we needed to, deal with that later. And right now, deal with what's going on back at home. That way we can be able to deal with it later. We had to change ourselves before we could change the world. And we completely missed the plot on that. And we're suffering for it.
I'll even add a little bit on top of that. I've said it before and I'll say it 1,000 fucking times. And this is when I was still actively on Twitter and stuff like that. A black woman was speaking on her time in Palestine. When it was time for her to return to the States, she said, shit, how the fuck can I help y'all when I go back home? And she was told explicitly, help your community. When you help your community, the world outside is watching. All the nations of the world, they report on the United States. And when we do what's best for the good of all, everyone is taking notes. We are always looking at the French. When like the French get pissed off, oh baby, it hits the headlines every fucking time. Because they don't play no. And frankly, French be on that bullshit too. The same shit that I'm always like harping on every day when I'm posting, like retweeting my shit or going on Instagram. The French be on some fuckery too. Oh, best believe they're just as fucked up as like the English in that specific way. But when their constituency, when like the people are pissed about like the laws that are happening, oh baby, they speak the fuck up. And who's to say France isn't that different from America? Like just on fucking paper. Who say we're that different per se? You know what I'm saying? Like, only difference is those motherfuckers had kings, and these motherfuckers want a king. Like, there's not that much of a difference. They have a strong hip hop scene. Like, Daft Punk is motherfucking French. They have a specific food culture. There's a oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Well, we'll have a
know what he
conversation
looks
about
like.
that.
So
let me tell you something. Don't let me talk. No, like there's a lot of black people in France. They have a significant like they have significant food culture, they have significant music culture, and like they have a fucking president. Like their flag is red, white, and blue for crying out fucking loud.
Yeah,
there's not that much difference between the two of us. We can stand to learn more from one another. And if you're watching our show, we're hoping you'll learn more about some motherfucking music. Let's get into this table. Let's chop it up. Let's chop it up.
Now we can get to
folks, it. Here we have episode 18 of Haystack Hates Your Music. Haystack Hates Homophobia. On the docket today, we have Judas Priest. We have Just 10. We have Jane Remover and Svara. I know you're going to ask, so don't feel bad. And also, fooey on me for like, I was trying to craft like a tweet on Blue Sky before we got live. I have not like clicked post for like an hour. So like it's just been sitting like you're gonna post this tweet, and I'm like, oh fuck, yeah. So hopefully the next hour we get some more viewers in this bitch. The way I want to do it, I want to do the Sentinel, Flash in the Pan, Pledge of Allegiance, and Wooden Rain. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So let's start with Judas Priest. I specifically chose Judas Priest because their lead vocalist, Rob, is just like he's essentially like, I pray this isn't me trying to be like rude. He's like the metal Elton John in regards to just like why he's on this list, in regards to just being like a queer icon of like 80s metal. Like if you've ever like been to like a leather bar, it's because of bands like Judas Priest. Like those cats, and they were like about 5 deep, all black and leather. You know what I'm saying? They were on timing. You know what I'm saying? And the songs kicked ass. And they're still together to this fucking day. They're as significant to metal as Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Just that boy Rob, he gay.
I actually heard about Judas. Well, let me get to my notes then. Yeah. So, here we go. All right. If you've played the guitar, the demo to Guitar Hero 3, you've heard of this band because that's how I heard it. Lay Down was my shit. Ding, 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 ding. I said, this sounds like an Iron Maiden song. Just by
it's funny you say that. I gotta compare and contrast where Maiden was in their own career at the time when this record came out, because even I don't know that. So you chat while I do that.
I said the front man is pretty lackadaisical. Also, there's no studio version to this song. Like I've tried to find.
What do you mean?
I found the song on YouTube or whatever. I was looking for it on YouTube, and like they had no like studio version. It was just all like performance. It looked like they were performing. So I was like, I don't know if it's a studio version or if they're performing this shit. I think I found a version where it's like the studio version, and they were just like performing in the video. But
are you still referring to the song on Guitar Hero 3?
Nah, the Sentinel.
Bro, the joint that I gave you is the studio version.
Oh, all right. Then yeah, I did.
Silly as shit. All
right, so I said the guitar solo gets an 8 out of 10 in itself. I love a good solo.
What
I love me a good solo. As an
Heard.
overall, yeah, 8 out of 10. Again, it reminds me of an Iron Maiden song. It's in that tempo, and that tempo and rock is just fascinating to me. Like that really draws me as well. So yeah, I give that an 8. I might run that back at some point.
Yeah, this came out in 1984, and I
What?
think, yeah, bro.
They're that old?
Yeah, bro. Like when I tell you, like Rob Halford was born in 1951.
He didn't look like he was born in 1951.
Listen, man. There's a queer man's gonna take care of his skin. Remember, they have ass loads of cash.
I mean, yeah, but also like, god damn, bro, he aging like a black person.
Well, like I said, the queer community, they take care of their skin. He's bald, so like can afford nothing. Skin. Performing in leather in the hot sun all the damn day. Oh no, SPF on 1,000.
I respect the fuck out of it.
No, like, cause like again, I've seen a clip of like I don't know who it was in the band, but like one of the older guys in the band who played guitar, he had a heart attack during their set. He had to keep on playing.
That's unhinged.
These old metalheads.
That's like when Terrell Owens played the Super Bowl with a broken ankle.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with y'all, cuz.
That's insane behavior. That's like, yeah, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Hard. It's different wiring. Like they're wired different. There it is.
Yeah. Since you brought up Maiden, so the record that this comes from is Defenders of the Faith. It came out in January of 1984. Maiden dropped the year before, last May, with Peace of Mind, and then that September with Power Slave. So like, it's very much like, oh, Priest is dropping. Shit, we finna drop too. Let's get back in that studio. The fuck.
So they're both within that same era, within the same.
Oh, 1,000%, 1,000%. Because I'm pretty sure Maiden's still on tour to this day, but I don't listen to Maiden these days. And again, if anyone wants to correct my homework in the comments, please do. I stopped listening to Maiden for one reason. Their lead vocalist was pro-Brexit, and I think that's just weird behavior, cuz. Like, I'm not into that shit. Like, don't get right with your God, cuz. So, like, because, bro, aren't you an international superpower? Like, why would you want to make the Great Britain exclusive? You silly. You real silly. I don't like that shit.
Well, yeah, because we also said the same thing about Johnny Rotten too. So,
yeah, you an op. That's some op shit. So I don't bang with the Maiden these days. But
Johnny
also,
Rotten disappointed me, man. Disappointed the fuck out of me. I said, this is not what you. That's not what you were. You're a gimmick, dog. You're no better than Sid Vicious. And you had some words about Sid Vicious ass over the years. That's the crazy part.
Piece of shit. Let's move on. Fuck that. The nerve of these niggas. The nerve of you, Dennis.
The audacity of you in it.
Oh, that's funny as shit. That's good. That's a good one. Hey, to all possible English listeners, charge it to our heads and not to our hearts. Like, y'all slang is y'all slang, and I like it personally.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the man them. Shout out to all the they them. the they them.
The bruvs.
So shout out my dog Will Osprey one time. Hey, Will, now be the perfect time to cut a promo on Paul right now, cuz. Seize the moments. Cook that man on the mic one time. I know the beef is over, but hey, smoke never over. Pussy.
Anytime I hear pussy, I think of that Drewski skit where he coming out of jail. He go, "Demon back, pussy." That shit gets me every time, dog. But yeah, moving on.
Let's move on to I decided we're gonna talk about Flash in the Pan. So one fun thing about our first Zoomer in the I guess Justin counts as a Zoomer too. But Jane, they them pronouns, make something that they call Daria core. This is like we're talking like this is like the type of person who was raised by like SoundCloud, this specific kind of music we're listening to. Very like Pink Pantherist coded. For any
All right, this is my
normies.
stop. Got to get off. I may go pop. Yeah, I get it.
Damn. Okay. So what were your thoughts on?
You get
and
it?
shout out
You said Daria Core.
it's funny because like Daria was one of those shows I never had the opportunity to watch, like ever.
Oh, I love Daria. It's such a good show. It's
Yeah,
such a good
it is
show.
like it is like it's peak American. Like it is one of the most important television shows ever, in my opinion.
It was such an amazing time period show too.
Yeah, a real time capsule of a program for sure.
Yeah, like it had the themes and looks of the late '90s teen scenes and looks for how it was, but then it kind of transcends in a certain way where it's like, all right, all the progression of technology and so on and so forth in the future after that, it doesn't even matter because it's not like needed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it was a very good show.
Right. So so this comes from the record JR3. And I only know who Jane Remover is for two reasons. Because you know me, I'm a big fan of the Melon, the Needle Drop, Anthony Fantano. And they had a conversation during one of his live streams about like her current sound. And the last time I was in the area, I was singing with my boy Rolando, and we're playing songs, and he plays this song. And I'm like, I just got to know who this person is. And now I'm hearing one of their songs for the first time. And I'm like, oh, this is very like, this is definitely marketed towards a person like me with the kind of music that I already like. So this seems your first like introduction to Daria Core. What you think of Flash in the Pan, good old Los?
Ah, yes. So I said, maybe it's my YouTube on my TV, but I can barely hear the lyrics. Then, like, as soon as I said that shit, like, the fucking volume kind of like kicked up, like kind of differentiate. I'm trying to remember the word for it, but finally I got the reverb and started hearing the lyrics. It's like, all right, this is kind of dope. Then not only that, the visual for the song, I kind of like the visual. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. Like, you imagine cuz just hanging out of the motherfucking window, cigarette smoking.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's real carefree. I fuck with it. I said, I like this beat. It's like a modern take on teen movie montage music. Right? I said, I tell you,
montage music.
I said, I tell you what, this sounds like what Tommy Richmond was thinking when he was saying that he's not just confined to hip hop.
That's not a bad observation, especially considering
right?
especially considering that like Tommy did the shit like he swore he'd never do and like sell out rap.
Exactly. So I feel like that's what he was thinking, but he was like, "Don't put me in a box." It's like I make different music. Yeah, all right.
Like, Tommy, you put yourself in a box.
This is your idea. Yeah, I hear you.
Don't do that.
However, overall, 7 out of 10 for this.
I'll take a fucking 7.
Nothing outstanding, nothing awful per se, but something fun to play if you're choring. That's when I'd play this. Like if I'm like, cleaning the room and shit. I'd play this background music, blast this while the vacuum's on. So yeah.
Hey, listen, like 8 and a 7 is a good start. Let's get to these bars if we like. Let's get to these motherfucking bars. Let's talk about Pledge of Allegiance by Just 10. And I'd like to say that I only know who Just 10 is because there's a rapper, her name is Tia Corinne, and she just put a new single out called 8. And like yeah, and it's a really good song, really fun beat, really nice video if I say so myself. The baddies are bad.
Oh, I'm gonna get on it.
The baddies are, and like if you see like the album cover for that single, like the baddies are baddie. You know what I'm saying?
If you recall my review for the Tia Corinne song you did, you posted for one of our episodes.
Was it Dipset?
Nah.
Look at me, who you wanna be? Call me Freaky T. Oh yeah.
That's the one, Freaky T. Yeah.
With the iced out Kirby chain, Tia Corinne, the woman that you are.
Had me body rolling. Yeah, that one.
Honorable C note.
Low key a fan of Tia Corinne. So I'm gonna check it out.
So like she put the next single, it's called 8. And if you play the video, it comes with an extra verse because like on the song is just her. If you like stream it on like YouTube or whatever, but like if you watch the music video, it has an extra verse, and like all like the queens come out, everyone starts voguing, and I'm like, wait, who's rapping? I never heard this person before, and I played it at my lover's crib, and they're like, yo, is that Just 10? And I'm like, how do you know that? I'm like, oh, I'm a fan, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so
let me find out. Yeah,
let me find out. So I do some Googling. And I see this single, and I'm like, let me put it on. And I'm like, this motherfucker can rap. This motherfucker be spitting.
Mm-hmm.
He be giving what needs to be gave. And so I be putting it on, and I'm like, ooh. And so I'm like, oh, this is a perfect example for like this, like, just like the what you want. I'm like, hey, I call the. I like it, just like it's like bursting off it's like jumping off the page with personality. The EP just dropped recently on all the streaming like services. Give it a shot. Like also Durand Bernard, arguably the most important R&B singer in our country today, had just come out and just like do his shit on a larger stage. I like seeing like the OGs, just like like the older guys who are like also like paying their dues, bring like the young guns with them. Like, nah, you need to be on this stage right now and do what you do best, so the people can see you. And so I would say the best way to like follow a Just 10 is on TikTok if you're on TikTok. But Los, what did you think of Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. So I said, all right, this ain't bad. He flowing through this motherfucker. That's what I really like. I was like, this beat ain't bad at all. I was like, all right, I'm actually fucking with this beat. Actually, this feels the sound feels familiar. You know what I'm saying? I can't put my finger on it. I feel like it's a Doechii song though.
This song, yeah, it's like it feels. You know what it is? It's that Big Frida influence.
Yeah, that's it. That part exactly. Yeah, that bounce sound. Yeah. So I said, yeah, nah. He flowing through this motherfucker. I said, speaking of this beat, fierce. That guitar lick is hard. That beat structure is vocable. I only know it's vocable because it made me do so. So yeah.
You doing some dips?
Yeah. 8 out of 10. I was striking poses and everything. I fucks with this song a bit. If it popped up in my playlist, I'll have a little bit of time for it.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was spitting.
What's the Haystack grade?
8 out of 10.
8. Johnson 8. Figure 8. I show up. Bitch, I 8. Let's go.
I understand that you would expect the 10 to it, but that'd be a little too on the nose.
No. The Haystack grade is the Haystack grade. I want to know your opinion. I'm not trying to feed the ballot box. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm excited to know if you don't like something, because it's like, okay, we don't need to go down this path with Los. That's not his ministry. I want to find more shit he likes to listen to. I want to give him more paper and more paper. You know what I'm saying? Not everything. You know, come on, cuz. You know what time? You know what we finna do over here. I make got cheeses in the back. I'm playing with my cuz.
You feel me? Like, stop playing with me.
Let's move on. Listen, we flying through these motherfuckers. Let's go down to Savara. We going to Canada. Shout out to my good sis Savara. She, they pronouns in the bio. This is an acquaintance that I made. Huh?
No way this is fuck Canadian. No way.
Yeah.
I thought this was African.
Well, no. Savara's from North America.
Wow. Wow.
Listen,
that might get a point bump, like upward because of it. Because it like, all right.
Let me tell you about my good sis.
Right.
So like 2023, I'm doing that wild activity of trying to post a song on social media every single day. And I'm like, I gotta find artists to put on. You know, I'm on Twitter every day, and like I'm following a bunch of artists. And so I'm following Savara because like I love DJ culture. I think it's so fun. I think it's so cool. And you know, she's a producer. They're streaming on the regular basis. And so I hit her in the DM and I'm like, yo, what are you finna drop next? And they're like, yo, I got an EP coming out on Bandcamp. Go check it out. Like, feel free to like post like the link if you want. No pressure. I check out the EP. Oh, this is kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Very just like, if you deep in the rave, finger guns activated, you know what I'm saying? Very Blade, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, this is kind of like dark, industrious kind of shit. I fuck with it. So I follow Zavara on Spotify. I follow her on Twitch. I follow her on YouTube. So she's always like, hey, I'm going live on this. I'm playing here. I'm spinning here. I'm streaming here. Come fuck with a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, cool. I'm gonna make sure like at least like stay tuned in with what she's doing. And so I'm like, I'm talking about queer artists and it on for my homegirl. And I'm like, what's she working on? And it's like, oh, I have a new EP coming out. It's pinned to the top of her account. She's on Blue Sky. If y'all are on Blue Sky, I'm like, let me put this shit on one time. And so it's on YouTube, it's on Bandcamp, it's not on Spotify. And so I picked the song that like looked the most interesting based on the title, and I chose the track Wooden Rain Tool. And again, if you follow Zavara on Twitch, she's building the beats right then and there. So you see like the program she's using, like the kind of like tools that they utilize to make a dance. It's very fascinating, and it's hard fucking work. It's not just like white dudes with V-necks pumping their fist at like the beach party. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone has to construct these tracks, and that's what Zavara is doing. And I love that they get a chance to do that. So Los, what did you think of Wooden Rain Tool?
So I said, oh, this is hella Afrocentric. That's literally how I opened up with this.
Come on now.
I said, all right, so we're going to dig into the melody since it is in a loop and we don't have any like lyrics or anything like that.
Yeah.
I said, imagine our ancestors twerking to this. They have a different name for it though. They don't call it twerking. I know they don't. And
they do though. They most certainly do.
They do?
Yes, they do, bro. Yes, they do.
But it's like derived from like what it initially was, and it's like, yeah, I wish. Oh well, all right. Mm-hmm. Okay. I said, the tempo is fast, but the drum pattern makes the beat slow down just enough to get a solid rhythm to it, if that makes any sense.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. However, overall, 7 out of 10. This is something I'm like probably working to in an during an episode of Selection, like back in 2011 or 12, right before Joe K comes in and talks for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it feels like. Like, you know, it's just like a dope beat that's, you know, playing for an extended amount of time, and then, you know, Joe K, he comes back on the you know, broadcast, and he's telling you what's coming up next, and then stay locked to Soul Selection. I was like, yeah, this is that shit. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So man, in the rave, in the gym, at the basketball court, like when NBA Street 4 comes out, I don't know, like put this shit on blast. All the shorties that shaking ass. Brother JP. I know you know when I get this cash, she gonna shake some. Hey yo. Make a video on her knees.
Have you ever made a video?
Put JP on this because I know he buy too.
He said he JP. I said, yeah. I said, yes. I said, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You sure are.
Hey, quick shout out to JP. His live album, they are in that bitch performing.
Yeah?
They are. Cause I gotta send you his performance of Private Room, because he turns that shit into some motherfucking gospel. And he's in here like, let me come inside it. And I'm like, hey, cuz, you didn't have to go that hard. But like the band, they just like go, they really just like, they turn up. When bro said like, oh, my songs, like I'm like a Tommy Richmond. JP really actually, JP went to college. I don't know, no shade, Tommy Richmond.
Should have thrown him on the playlist if we're being honest.
Man, I'm about to send you some shit when we get on, like, because, you know, you and I, we yap after every stream. I'm really about to send you some shit of like him and his band cooking up in the. Them boys are putting in that work. And I'm like, hold on. Who gave y'all the rights to cook the way y'all are cooking right now?
They did.
Get thee from off my screen. It's three specific performances because when they brought JP to Genius, like he brought his bassist and his piano player, and they turned Bad Biddy into like a piano ballad.
Sick.
And like they cook and just like the full on, just like the live session, drums, keys, bass, guitar, do like two specifically, like his song called "Oh Yeah" and his song "Private Room." Like they really just like use all the space available. It's like let's just like because he's like the kind of young guy that like kind of like does the lyrics right then and there, doesn't really like I write shit down or whatever the fuck, but just really just like here's like the song. Now let's just like fuck around for a bit. But it's like they make use of the space. And it's like, okay, that's all we have for now. We can just like let the beat rest. And I'm like, man, like these young fuckers really the shit in the back. They really having fun with shit. And like I like that. I really just if I can give bro his flowers real quick. Like JP, like I'm excited. Like cats like him and like Jaleel, just like really just like doing fun, interesting shit. So props to the youngins. And props to us. Here we are. We're back. We back. And it's been a minute. We'll hopefully get a chance to shoot again this month. I hope. If not, I'm shooting for. If we can't shoot twice this month, we'll hopefully record at least twice in July. I have decided that I'm leaving town for my birthday. I usually do. I'm not going to work on my birthday, but like I'm not leaving town. I don't think. So hopefully, maybe like we'll squeeze some John in. I know we want to like do Mother's Music Part 2 and our goats. Young Picasso is gonna finish us out for the end of season 2, and then we are getting right back on that motherfucking horse for season 3 of Haystack Hates Your Music. You know what it is? It's your girl Hams Kavina, aka Chris Kennard. It's the GOAT himself, Haystack West, good old Los. Before we leave you, we just wanted to take a second to just like show love to one of like the guys who's like paving the way for freaks like us, Mr. Deontay Kyle and Big Ice Cup Cat from Grits and Eggs podcast. And the motherfucking losers who would dare question like the hard work that this like father of 3 is doing to protect our community, to uplift our community. These motherfuckers dare to say that the good brother is pandering to the black women community for daring who look like us to protect them and show them like the respect that they've always deserved, that they are often that cats who look like us perpetuate. What did Josh Johnson say during that motherfucking bit? If you're like a regular guy, bad guys have made it impossible for you to cook. You can't be out here doing regular shit because of the bad men who came in the room before you, fucking it all up. And and we all know we are at least like 7 degrees of separation away from Batman. And they're like, so, and the brothers who are black, why are we letting them cook? Why do they feel safe doing bad shit to the sisters, to the queers?
And let me get that. Let me get that because
talk, brother.
I told you I'm going to rant about this, and it's like first and foremost,
do your thing, huh?
First and foremost, man, y'all motherfucking losers, and I know it deep down inside and in the heart of my hearts.
Why? I know because I was you at one point in time. I was a loser. I had to be educated. Talk, Los.
Exactly, because my thing is this. No money in the world will ever unlame motherfucking ever. Man, and I need everybody to, grasp.
We are
that
living
concept.
in an era that we are experiencing what, and you can't. No motherfucker in this world can claim to not know this.
Let me cook.
The richest man in the world is a loser.
Let me cook, Duck. Let me cook. Because ISO. Because like we're getting to a point where y'all let money regulate your everyday lives, your morals, your values, all of that, all the above, to the point where y'all utilize money for a form of supremacy. And that's what the problem is with this country. It all comes back to supremacy. And that shit needs to die. Supremacy needs to die. And the fact that you guys are trying to find your own form of supremacy in the form of misogyny, that pisses me off. Because we are now in a society where we're more progressive than the fucking old biblical ass times that you guys want so badly to, keep. And we're no longer at the point where women are just, child bearers and dinner cookers and home cleaners. They're more than that. They are people. Everyone's people. Everyone should be treated like people. Like what that how the fuck does that not click with y'all? But when we talk about, black empowerment or anything like that, oh, y'all understand completely. What's that about? It's because y'all hate women. Other than the fact that they're objects to you of possession, y'all don't really have much interest in women. Y'all just want to, impress men, other men. And that's the crazy irony of it all. So that's what really, like, annoys the hell out of me. Like the fact that, y'all try to use these goofy ass masculine ass toxic masculine ass tropes to claim how much of a man you are. And honestly, when it comes down to it, I'm none of those tropes, and I'll still fuck you up. So like that none of that moves me, because I know how to fucking fight. So we're not even going to get to the violent portion of that. You know what I'm saying? So if we're going to keep it to words, let's keep it to words. That the fact of the matter is that y'all just don't like women, and the sooner the sooner you dorks start to admit that shit, the better. So we can start moving forward and figure out how we're going to change that. We got a problem. How are we going to solve it? Y'all are the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like it just bothers the fuck out of me that saying and doing the right things is considered simping or pandering. If that's the case, then everything that is considered wrong is just completely in alignment with things that you stand for. Because the shit that you stand for, that you're so up in arms against, is something that doesn't help anybody. It's completely negative to society. It's anti-society. It is menacing to society. Y'all are rapists low key. And I'll say exactly what Cuz said. Like, y'all rapists low key, because y'all want to be able to get away with shit like that because y'all don't give a shit about women. Like, it doesn't, I honestly can't explain any further like a kindergartner. Like I'm explaining it to a kindergartner. Like, treat these women like you treat the boys. Let's start there. When we start there, then we can start, progressing different dynamics that we can have with women, and most particularly black women, because for some odd reason, y'all hate them the most. It seems like y'all. Here's the thing about hip hop: it's misogynistic. It's rooted in misogyny. We understand this, but we also looked at hip hop as entertainment as well. And the problem is that y'all worked it into a gimmick. Y'all worked the gimmick into a shoot. Now y'all trying to like, the culture is essentially solidified on what hip hop essentially embodies. And there's good to it, but there's also bad to it. And the bad is pretty fucking dark. And we need to establish which one, what is actually real and what isn't. And the dark shit ain't real. I promise you that, because every motherfucking rapper knows that if you're going to, start making money off rap, you don't need to necessarily make money off drug dealing anymore. So you can only talk, like, you can talk about it, but you're not really being about it anymore. You're just, reminiscing for the most part. You're reminiscing shootouts and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not actually involved in the shit because people know who you are now. That'd be stupid. Is it fucking clicking? Motherfuckers have a thinking problem. And that shit's starting to really piss me off, because motherfucker, I'm not the brightest person in any room for the most part. I'm not dim with it, but also I'm not like extreme. I'm not a fucking Einstein. I'm not a genius or anything like that. I'm just a regular decent person. I just know right from wrong. And the things that y'all are establishing as right or wrong is completely obsolete. And there have been precedents set to that to progress society in order to make that rhetoric a memory. And y'all are trying to keep it alive. And that's just like y'all basically the Confederacy, bro. Y'all want to be the Confederacy? Nasty business. Like, get it the fuck together. Like, I'm a need for people to either do better or just outright admit that they're shitty people in some type of aspect, so we can just shun them from that part of from that corner of the things that we discuss. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's kind of like you remember Mojizel? You probably don't, but Twitter.
No.
Back in the Twitter days, there was this dude Mojizel, and he went on some type of rant, but he was probably one of the first this you type people. You know what I'm saying? Because he was going on some type of misogynistic rant or something of the like, and they exposed this dude as a deadbeat dad, and so anytime he tried he went away for a little bit, tried to lay low because they packed him up that evening, and so he came back months later and tried to chime in on some shit, and Mom's like, don't you have kids to take care of? Go do that. And anytime he tried to chime in on shit after that, it was pretty much that. That's how we need to start treating you motherfuckers for real. Like we need to start treating y'all like you don't like women. Go away. Like this conversation, you ain't built for this conversation, bro.
Can I jump in real quick?
I mean, you can go ahead and wrap up because that's pretty much all I got.
Well,
the Diddy case, that shit.
I don't want to get into it, honestly. We can chat about that shit when it's over. That's what I want to do. Once it's all said and done,
I'll just say that I'll just chime in about that. The case is much more about fucking baby oil and y'all's antagonizement of homosexuality. Like it's so much more than that, and I'm gonna need for everybody to start acting like it, because that baby oil shit is starting to piss me off. It really is, because that's only one little part of the bullshit he's been on. He almost blew up Kid Cudi.
You know what? It's not funny, but like you mentioned, like the memes about the Diddy case. I was gonna mention Dr. Umar and like how we love to like use Umar clips for like shits and giggles, but like we saw literally in real time his own daughter like beg him in like the public square for access to her half sister, just so she could be there for her in the way that Umar was not there for her.
Yeah,
and like
he ain't shit. So
I don't think enough of us understand like how much of ain't shit Umar is. Like we have to move away from the jokes. We have to move away from the gifts. We have to move away from the memes.
I gotta delete those
actors that like perpetuate. Like, why is like what? I saw I follow the YouTube channel Ole and Friends. Miss Ma'am, who like cooked Eric Adams in the Breakfast Club, that that really just like that pivotal like human rights lawyer based out of New York, Miss Oyeyemi, and they were talking about how one of the good brothers was on like Piers Morgan, where like people were like discussing the N-word, and like Piers Morgan, like perpetual piece of shit, encouraged one like the panel, oh, say the N-word right now, say it right now. And bro was like, you're not gonna let some white woman say that in front of me, like I'm not in the room. Like, let's be so for real right now.
Exactly.
And like people were like laughing and shit because one of the other guys in the room was black, but he was from Fresh and Fit. And like we have to make platforming these freaks like financial death, like because it's about money, right? So like we have to make like with just with the Jonathan Joss murder and things of that nature, with homophobia, with like transphobia and things of that nature, we have to make it so financially we're gonna take everything you have for perpetuating these for perpetuating the behavior and for perpetuating the crime against your fellow humans. It's going to be so even with a Sean Combs, a Robert Kelly, a Chris Brown, for perpetuating these things. We're gonna take it all, just enough so you can raise your children. You're gonna have nothing left. It's gonna go all to the public. It's you couldn't get it. You couldn't get your shit straight. We gave you time and time and time and time and time and time again, and you're still perpetuating the same old fuckery because you think this is a joke.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This shit's not funny. People are getting hurt, and it's gonna reach your square. It doesn't it is a ripple effect. It's going to end up in your backyard. You're like, how the fuck did this get here? You retweeting those tweets. You liking those comments. You know what I'm saying? Do you want some help? Do you need a hug? Do you want somebody to talk to? We are here for that.
Yeah.
To help you. We want the best for you. And it was people in my life that wanted better for me. They want to prevent me from going down they want to prevent me from going down a corner I could never come back from. We want that for y'all. We want that for our people. I fucking promise. We do this shit to almost no audience for the love of the motherfucking game, baby.
Yep, we do it for the love of the game.
I would love to be in a space like Deontay Call. That takes hard fucking work. Big Ice Cup Cap and Deontay posted consistently for an entire fucking year. There are 70 episodes of their show, and they're already award winning. It can be done if you're doing something that matters. And this tearing down, RDC World had to apologize to Megan Thee Stallion for their inaction towards the audience that the kind of people who like their videos and skits and their conventions. They were talking crazy about Miss Megan Thee Stallion, and they had to calm that the fuck down.
Yeah, nah, that was a big point.
Imagine she doesn't go to DreamCon this year and what it does to the brand of RDC. Yeah, once the money gets involved, you motherfuckers start chirping. Don't think we don't notice, because we do.
I follow an attorney on Black Sky. She actually is one of the people that booked Megan Thee Stallion for DreamCon, essentially. So, or she's legal counsel for it or whatever. But
sure.
The fact of the matter is, she said that more than likely she will be at DreamCon. It's yeah. She was but before she was yeah, this is a terrible look for DreamCon. However, it's she's going to be at DreamCon. So it's
I saw the footage from the weekend of and things like that. Like Pastor Solomon said it today. It has never been easier to meet the object of your desire, aka Black women. Mm-hmm. And I'm a motherfucker who complained for my entire life. I'm not meeting sisters anywhere in my object, in spaces of interest for me. I used to always complain I'm not meeting sisters in these anime spaces, in these heavy metal spaces. It has never been easier to connect with people that you're interested in, but you gotta act like you got some sense.
Exactly. Bingo.
And again, if you don't know how to come correct, the homies are there to help. They don't want to see you alone at the motherfucking party. We don't want you to see you hugging a wall while everyone's out here catching a dance. We want you to catch a dance too, but you gotta act right. They're there's a time and place for everything, and everyone wants to have a good time, including you. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're running. I think we're running in circles a little bit, but it's let me say this. I mention all the time. I'm a college dropout. I was in a learning community. If I wanted to put in the time and work to like get my bachelor's degree, I could have stayed. But I was afraid. I'm afraid even now to this fucking day of living like the way that I want to. Because it's scary being honest about who you are and what you want. It's never been scarier for Black people in this time. But like if you want to, like, if you like, even when you're faking about being yourself, people still want to have your back. Imagine how many more people would have your back if you want to be honest about who you are. You can just try. You like it was hard. It was hard learning how to ride a bike. I was crying and screaming. I was scared for my fucking life, but now I can do it any day of the week. Can't say the same for like swimming or like driving a car, but if I want those things, it could be fucking possible.
Yeah.
Man, let's get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
It's episode 18 of Haystack Hate Your Music. Shit. That's Haystack West. That's good old Los. I'm Chris Kennard. Calls to motherfucking action. I heard online overseas that the most recent side effect of COVID is razor blades in the throat. I don't like the sound of that.
I'm sorry.
That's what I've been reading. This most particular strain of the COVID, that side effect, razor blades in the throat. That sounds fucking
Like,
painful.
The feeling is sensation. Like,
Yes, brother.
yeah, I'm just staying in the house. Fuck
We
this.
staying in the crib, and if you have to leave your home, for groceries, for work, for educational purposes, to see someone.
We door dashing that too. Fuck this. Like, I'm not going outside.
If you leave in the
summer.
crib, put
I am
this
in
shit
the
in your
crib this
face,
summer,
bro.
bro.
Nose, mouth, cover them. KN95 and above. There are options. And if you got a little bread, you can buy them for like $20 a pop. If you have to leave the crib, protect yourself, protect your family, protect your lovers, protect your friends, protect the elderly, protect the motherfucking children, cuz.
Don't be a
That's
fucking
my
dork.
suggestion. Don't be a dork. That's a whale penis. Secondly, like I said before earlier in the stream, hydrate or dihydrate. It's the summer. Put on some sunscreen, drink some water. Ooh, delicious.
Yeah, we'll grab that after we wrap. But
yes, indeed. Thirdly, you're gonna get up from this stream. You're gonna, go to the bathroom. Put on some lotion, look yourself dead in the eye, and you're gonna say to yourself, "I love you." To yourself. No hyperbole, no irony, no sarcasm. Honestly, you're gonna say, "I love you" to yourself. If you can't do that, we understand, and we platonically. Platonically speaking, we love ya. Like we from the bottom of our heart, Los, Chris, love you. We really we appreciate y'all listen to us yap.
I only get angry with y'all because I know y'all can do better. That's all.
Hello, come on now, listen to Uncle Los. Two more things. I said it before, and I'll say it again. So my trans community, take your HRT, and if you want to start. There are lots of places to learn. You deserve to live the life you've always wanted to live. And I'm saying it not just to you, but to myself and to everyone that I haven't told in my personal life yet. Again, it's scary. And but you deserve it. You deserve to take a chance on yourself. Gamble on yourself. You might just win. How nice would that be if you win at your own life? So this fucking life is a game, cuz.
Additionally, I'm honored that you came out to me about it. So it's like that makes me feel like a real genuine friend, So yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Fuck with you, Los, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, good friends are hard to come by these days.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Two more things. My good friend is looking for a place to live. If you live in Philadelphia, you've got a little money. The GoFundMe is in the description. If you know of a decent place to live, get in my DMs. I'm not hard to find. If you ain't got no bread and you ain't living in the city, pass the link around, post it on your social media. Anything helps. If you got it, cool. If you don't, no judgment. You know what I'm saying? We all broke, kinda. Right. Lastly, there's a link to rescue.org because all over the world, outside of the United States, there's fuckery afoot. Humanitarian crises everywhere. Please know that we here on the show at Haystack Hate Your Music, we support we support the nations of Yemen, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ethiopia, Niger, Somalia, Mali, Myanmar, Burkina Faso, Darfur, South Sudan, Ghana, Hawaii, Bangladesh, Puerto Rico, Lebanon, Cuba, Nigeria, North Kurdistan, Sierra Leone, and Palestine. You know what I'm saying? Learn more about what's happening around the world around you, because if it's happening there, it could happen here. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit.
That's been the going trend of how it's been for the last 400 maybe longer years.
My.
So
yo, it's a Wednesday. Enjoy the week. Enjoy your Thursday. Enjoy Friday. Have a good motherfucking weekend. I need to go get a shave, and I have to go pick up my prescription at the pharmacy. So, let's say goodbye to the people.
All right, man. Y'all be easy.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for listening. We out this hoe.